Welcome back. It is so wonderful to be seen by your presence today. I'm so excited to be chatting more about light language, what it is, how to activate it, and how to really allow it to be integrated within our lives so that we can have it not only assist us in our healing and our communication and expression, but also the people around us. And this is just such a natural process. But there's a lot of little things to this that are important when it comes to allowing this higher vibrational form of communication and expression through. There's a part of us that really gets initiated into a new, higher, more expanded aspect of self, and it's up to us whether or not we're going to take Spirit's hand in that journey. So the first thing I want to mention is that light language is your soul's resonance. This is what I like to say all the time, is that light language truly comes from you. It comes from your soul. It's your soul's frequency coming through on a multi-dimensional level. Light language is a universal language, a higher vibrational form of communication and expression. It can also be used as a healing modality as well. Light language really is the language of energy and frequency. Our soul is so deeply connected with our ancestors that date all the way back to the stars. So imagine all of the different connections and communications and aspects of our being that we can actually bring through with this form of expression that is multi-dimensional, that really can hit home for everyone. Some people may feel a little less resonant to light language when it comes to certain people and channels and whatever's coming through, and that makes sense because they're just not meant to really hold that connection with the person or the channel that they're receiving it or hearing it from. However, when you're resonant to someone, when you can feel that love within your heart, then there is a resonance there where you're going to either give or receive light language in a really powerful way. So this explains how light language isn't always fully received, because it's about resonance, it's about frequency, it's about if we are actually holding the same resonance as another channel, as someone channeling a galactic family, as someone channeling, an ancestor or a being, or maybe just themselves, their soul and their resonance may not be resonant to the person that is actually receiving the transmission. So just keeping in mind that we all have certain soul family that are here to assist us in activating. We all have a very specific encoding within us, and when we allow ourselves to open up and connect with those of our soul family, we actually allow different parts of the DNA to be activated. We allow ourselves to explore deeper who we are. So when we're actually activating this light language within us, it can come through in so many different forms. It can come through writing, through art, through dancing, through moving your hands in motions as if you're moving energy, through mudras as well. And it can also come through song or through speech in any different way that feels right, or just allowing yourself to be and experiencing it on maybe a more inner knowing type level where you actually experience it telepathically, or even through your third eye you can begin to see symbols as well. So there's all the states, all the senses can really experience, receive, and emit light language. When we are activating it, remember that there are higher states of the senses here, all right? And we're all upgrading during this time. Each of our senses are going through a different form of expression and communication and healing. So being open with how you may allow this light language to come through. Yes, it can be really common for people to write or draw this light language, or even just speak it out loud or move their bodies. There may be another way that it may be coming through for you that is maybe less known out there, and that is really powerful. So I just wanted to note that this can be activated in so many different ways. You could simply watch a transmission and feel resonant with that channel, or simply with the message or the energy that was coming through, and get really curious. So if you're in that state of curiosity, this is your opportunity to sit with yourself. If this is something that you really want to tune into, allow yourself to sit with yourself and see what comes through. Allow yourself to explore. Call upon your guides, call upon your angels and your ancestors of the highest and purest light to assist you in bringing it through, all right? And we're not forcing it here. We're going through whatever process needs to happen for us to allow it to be activated. It's not always going to be like super fast for some of us. For some of us, it could be just like that. We can watch something, listen to something, and the next day we wake up and we're just speaking all this gibberish, right? And it just feels so good, and it feels maybe even a little scary for us because we don't exactly know what is happening and what is going on. And for some of us, we may also need to kind of coax ourselves into it, and this is all a part of your natural evolution story and journey. So allowing yourself to go through whatever process you're meant to go through and enjoy that journey of allowing this expression to come through. For me personally, going through this journey of light language was, it felt easy at first, but then it got really hard because I was thinking I had to be somewhere that I wasn't. I was like, why can't I just do this? Why can't I go out and do this and just feel confident in what I'm channeling and what I'm sharing with other people? And for me, it was a lot of opening up to my own expression and how safe I actually felt expressing my emotions and my boundaries and expressing through my body, and how safe I felt in my body and in my own energy, and what my awareness actually was of my energy and of my body and of who I am. And this is something we continue to learn and grow as we go into our lives. So not expecting it to be perfect as it comes through. The more that we continue to do it, it's going to expand us. It's going to teach us, and just really trusting in whatever transmission comes through, but being aware of your energy. So in order to allow yourself to understand it, to integrate this practice more, light language as a practice, as a healing modality, as a form of communication with your own soul and expression of your own soul, it's important to begin allowing yourself the space to actually practice it. Allow yourself the space to practice it in a more meditative way, to where you can become a little bit more observant to what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, and also ask yourself questions. This has been huge for me in allowing this to be activated within me. And whenever I was really unsure, asking myself questions was so helpful. Asking my body questions, my higher self, my soul, these questions, my heart was so helpful, and just figuring out like, okay, what's going on? I'm feeling this, what's the message coming through here? And a lot of the time, what I needed to do was really just surrender and ground down. And whenever I felt a little bit more vulnerable, I would call upon my angels to really create a light grid around my being. I would make sure to set that sacred, more protection type state for myself before going into channeling if I felt a little bit more vulnerable. Because it is true that you can really tap into so many different frequencies if that's your intention, but also without even realizing it, we can do that. But if we first, when we're starting to activate this light language, allow it to be from your soul, from who you are first and foremost, that's what's going to come through here. That's what's going to come through, and allowing yourself to bring in your spiritual team, your support team in to your space to be with you through this. And you may be even surprised that you can communicate with them on a different level through this light language and begin to practice, okay, what am I feeling? What's coming through? And allowing the process, accepting the process. And overall, it's all about self-discovery, allowing yourself to get a little bit more curious about your energy and how it moves, and getting curious on when you're feeling resistance or when the mind starts to play some games and the ego tries to throw a few things in there, because it will. Once you get comfortable with light language, it'll start throwing some things, and really allowing ourselves to activate it and express it and explore it deeper within ourselves and within our soul is an initiation process. all right? It's going to take us through a series of lessons and teachings, and we get to just be open to it and allow ourselves to receive it. And through that, it's this path of expansion and evolution and growth for ourselves. And it can be really easy to bypass this if we don't allow ourselves to fully claim it for ourselves. I see this a lot where there's some powerful, beautiful souls out there that activate their light language, that have it, and it's a secret. It's a secret for them, and there's a part of them that doesn't fully accept that it's real or it's true, or they can allow that form of expression to be more open and expanded. Because if we don't claim it for ourselves, we're not claiming all of who we are, and it doesn't really initiate this part of wholeness within us. So if we can allow ourselves to just begin getting, playing around, getting curious with maybe how it feels to allow the people around us to hear it or to listen to it, or just to become a little bit more open to expressing that this is a part of us, especially with people that are close, especially with people that you live with. It's really important. And had I not done this, I would probably never share it online. I probably would never share it online. And while it was still scary when I was first sharing it here on my channel, it felt right. It felt in alignment, even though there was that fear in my heart and that little bit of resistance. But when we feel that fear and resistance, that doesn't mean we can't go in that direction, especially if we're feeling that aligned part of us. So we could see the resistance and the fear and just turn the other way and not go through this expansion process and just drag it out. Or we can start to play with our limits here, and we could start to see how it's going to be received and know that we're safe in it, and know that if this is really a part of you and this is something that's coming through quite strongly, like, allow yourself to claim it. Allow yourself to claim it for yourself. And this is a process. This is a process of really going into a lot of deep shadow work as well, because there may be some fears and some resistance, and the ego will come up. So many things came up for me personally in my journey, and I can only speak for myself, but I know that from observation and working with people that have activated or are in the process of activating their light language, it has been such a journey of remembering who they are, remembering and getting familiar with their energy, and actually being able to open the channels within them to feel so much more full and free in their energy, to be able to share it with themselves on a deeper level and with others as well. So all of that bypassing that I'm talking about is just not really allowing ourselves to claim it, and it makes it harder for us to actually integrate it within our lives and to accept that it's actually a real thing, and we can allow that expression of who we truly are, of our soul. If it's coming through, it's coming through for a reason, and it's something to play with, something to continue to explore, and it's definitely going to be really powerful for you, or maybe really powerful for others in the future if you open yourself up to actually sharing it, if that's a part of your journey in your path. I know for me personally, I wanted so badly for it to be for myself, and at first it was definitely for others, and this was a opening and a challenge for me to actually open up to the fact that this is a part of me, and actually claiming that it's a part of me. And that was a crazy journey to be able to do that, but I learned so much, and now I utilize light language in my own life, and it's a gift for me and not only for just others. So all of our journeys are so unique, and it can teach us so much in the process. And I just want to leave you guys with a couple questions to ask yourself. Do you allow the expression of your emotions, your boundaries, your connection with your guides? Do you allow and accept those parts of you? It's going to really be huge when we get to see what parts of us we don't truly allow to come through. And there's so much medicine there when we get to see where we may be holding ourselves back or hiding from a point of our expression. Another question you can ask yourself is, how can you begin to trust your channel, utilize your guides and your support support teams. They are there for you and they want to see you thrive, okay? So see how you can begin to trust that and to utilize this part of you. As channels, we're connecting to the heart. This is the power center as a channel, and to really connect with our soul and to connect with the earth, to stay grounded and connected here, and to bring things through, anchor them through, and also with oneness, the universe, God, source, all names are welcome here, really allowing ourselves to be that 0 point that is this heart center here. So do you allow yourself to fully express? Do you actually accept the expression of your light language, and how can you begin to trust in it? How can you become more aware of this form of expression, your energy, body here? Light language truly is so powerful and has changed so many people's lives. I know it's changed my life on more than just, you know, the effects of doing it, but really just the journey and the initiation of allowing myself to express it more openly and actually accept it and bring it to my loved ones and claim it for myself. It's been such a deep, loving journey for myself to go through the shadow work and go through all the things that would come up in the process. So if you're someone that's looking to activate your light language and be supported in the process, or if you already activated your light language and you're looking for more support in claiming it for yourself, actually accepting that it's like a thing, and really trusting in your own channel and what is coming through for you and understanding it deeper, then I invite you to check out the Light Resonance portal down below in the description box. I hope this video really helped you in understanding how to activate your light language and giving you just a little bit more of a sigh of relief, to where it's like, okay, all you really need to do is like tune into you and your energy and your light and your heart if you really feel like this is something for you, okay? So don't ignore it. Don't ignore the curiosity of your soul. Follow that. See where it takes you. It's going to take you on such a beautiful journey, all right? And I say beautiful from this space of being on the other side and still kind of going through it as well myself. And this is because there's so many lessons, there's so many teachings, and so much medicine inside and in store for this journey of really allowing this light language to come through. And I would absolutely love and be honored to support you through that process. So if anything really rung true for you, or if you'd like to share whatever came through, how maybe you are going to devote yourself to allowing this activation or allowing the acceptance or integration of light language, please let me know in the comments down below. I would love to have a conversation with you and learn more about what you guys are going through and really support you even deeper. So I love you all so much. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your time. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're not already, if you made it this far. I would love to have you a part of the family. And I'm just sending you all so much love. I'll see you in another video.